Hello ladies and gents, welcome to my realistic player focus on Neymar in eFootball PES 2021. He currently plays for PSG in France's top division. We'll be looking at how to get the best out of him and a hell of a lot of skills, which is where he truly shines. Neymar appears to split the footballing world. It appears you either love this guy or you hate him. And as a footballer, for me, he's an absolute joy to watch. The flair, the skills, the tricks, just the audacity to try things that not many other footballers would do against other fellow pros, often making them look like they don't even belong on the same field. You know, this flamboyance certainly can be taken as arrogance, which can rub people up the wrong way. But as I grew up watching the likes of the Brazilian Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, who just produce absolute magic, it's hard not to enjoy the things he can do on a football field. You know, he often creates something out of nothing. I've slowed down the first instance of any skill move. Skill moves that are repeated won't be slowed down, but you can use the YouTube controls anyway to slow any parts that are interesting to you. Just remember that all of these skill moves are dependent on the way the player is facing, and I'm using auto feint, which is switched on. To get the most out of Neymar, you're going to have to use skills, tricks and flicks. When you and your opponent think you've run out of ideas, a quick skill move can help you break into space or help you break into the box to create a chance. You want to try and use these in and around your opponent's penalty box, as that's where you'll do the most damage with Neymar. Cutting in field will make the timing of skills much easier, as your opponent's defenders closing in will be a lot slower than if you were running directly at them. Focus on your nearby opponent's body language and try and use their momentum against them, so you can cut inside or perform a Marseille turn to leave them wondering where you are. This is a classic spot to perform the Marseille turn, and funnily enough, the games against Real Madrid were on legend difficulty and the rest were on superstar. You want to draw the defenders in and at the last second pull off the Marseille turn, and that will just leave you with a free shot on goal. One of the things you're going to notice is how often I do not use the sprint button. I use it to eat up the grass if there's space in front of Neymar, but you'll often see me release the sprint as soon as the defender is drawn out. This just allows me to pick the type of skill to beat him, and with Neymar you've got so many skills to choose from. Every skill in this video he's actually pulled off in real life, and you're actually going to see skills that I didn't even know existed in PES or how I actually did them, so I'm going to have to come back to this video myself and look at some of these. Just check this out here, a CR7 chop into a Rabona cross. To perform a Rabona, your player has to have the Rabona player skill, be on the player's weaker foot, then release all your analog sticks and buttons, and then push the type of action button you want to perform and the left stick together at the same time. In this example, the lob pass button and the left stick towards the penalty spot. Remember how I said about not knowing how to do certain skill moves? I have no idea how I did this speed burst. So this is going to be something I have to come back to. I think it might be because I used super cancel when the ball was in the air, but that burst of speed allows me to get past the defender. The Marseille turn is still one of the most effective skills. It doesn't quite make my top 3, but it's still really useful for evading defenders and very useful for sort of turning so your player's facing the right way. One of the skills I really like is this one here, produced by the Brazilian Ronaldo. So, you know, Neymar brings the ball down and then just watch this. Oof, beautiful. Next up is the Elastico, and you can chain skill moves off this, which I'll show you a little bit later on. And here you've got to love this. Watch this. The knee onto the back and then plays the ball back to the goalkeeper. And the Elastico can be used as a first touch weapon, as you're seeing there. Look at the amount of distance I've put between me and that defender with the Elastico, and then another Elastico to win the free kick. In fact, the second Elastico is actually a nutmeg on the defender. Watch this. This first touch is purely player ID. You don't have to press anything, but as I move the left stick and special controls at the last second, this allows me just to push the ball to the side using that unique first touch. Two skills that chain nicely together are the double touch followed by the reverse elastico, and the best thing about using Neymar is all these skills feel super responsive. Just like in real life, Neymar will often chain skills together. Here I perform the Marseille turn into the double touch and then an elastico, almost getting between those two Real Madrid players. One of the skills I really love to use with Neymar is the special Sombrero flick. Just look at the incredible ball physics, and then I use super cancel to stop it spinning and then to shield the ball. Next up is the body feint, but I think more importantly, just watch the double touch after the body feint. It's very unusual. I think it's because I've changed direction. It's something I've not seen before, but it does look pretty cool. The Marseille turn is a great way to get between two defenders, especially in the box where it's a little bit more congested. And it wouldn't be the Neymar show without some sombrero and some ball juggling, would it? So using the right analog stick, just be pushing down and using the left analog stick to decide where you're going to move the ball. Neymar's classic skill move is the rainbow flick, often used out in the wide positions. He can perform while standing still or at high speed, and it's easy to pull off in PES, just double tapping the R3. Now you're going to see one of the best ways to kill the ball dead by using super cancel followed by the fake shot. It's super effective at shaking defenders off you. Chaining skill combos together does two things. First, it makes you really unpredictable, and secondly, it allows you to skip away from a defender if you mistime a skill, which is what you're seeing here. Neymar is the ultimate showboat. You can leave defenders and goalkeepers absolutely bamboozled with his skills and tricks, just like he does in real life. Just look at Edison in goal's face here. He's like, what am I supposed to do? What can I do against that? So he picks up the yellow card, and then Neymar finishes it with the Panenka just by holding the left bumper down and pressing the shoot button. In fact, in real life, his Panenka penalty was actually saved. Here's another one of those skill moves that I just don't know how I did it. And John Stones goes to get a hot dog, as he clearly doesn't know how I did it either. The glide skill is purely contextual, so it requires a defender to close the distance, but all you need to do is briefly release all your controls and then push the left stick and sprint together, and you'll know if you performed it correctly because it'll lift the ball off the ground, as you're seeing in these two examples. When it comes to the heel flick, this is contextual. It depends on the height of the ball, position of the player, etc. I use super cancel first though to position Neymar ahead of the flight of the ball. This allows me to use the defender's momentum against him to get away from him. Next up is the fake Rabona. All you need to do is release your left analog stick and then just press the lob pass button followed by the pass button. But you've got to be on your weaker foot, so make sure you're on the left hand side if you're using Neymar. The next skill is the Hocus Pocus, and then we chain that together with the fake Rabona. The no-touch controls is a strong part of Neymar's game, and that's exactly what you're seeing here. This next skill is called the chest stall, and it's quite easy to pull off. All you need to do is click the R3 down just to lift the ball over the player's head, release everything, and then as the ball drops, just push the left arm stick in the direction you wish to chest stall. Using the CR7 chop is a great way to get around a defender, as you're seeing here by Neymar. Look at this. This is beautiful. Very similar to the heel flick, the side foot flick can be performed just by clicking the R3 button down, but again it's a contextual skill move, so it does depend on the height of the ball, the player position, etc. Neymar is excellent with close control dribbling, and the reason for that is because of his high balance stat, and that's exactly what you're seeing here. Pressured by Casemiro and Modric, he's able to retain the ball fairly easily. I tried to stay away from Casemiro because he's a little bit stronger, but basically if anyone gets near you from behind, just remember to activate the right bumper, right trigger. This will shield and protect the ball. This skill here is excellent for a sort of edge of the box and spinning defenders like you're seeing here. So all you have to do is click the right analog stick down and then push the left analog stick towards the defender behind you. This will sort of do a bird camp maneuver if you execute it correctly. The Magidi spin is excellent for creating a degree of separation, especially if the defender is right on your back, as you're seeing here. I'm often asked how you do multiple step overs, and it's quite simple really. Just get your player up to maximum speed and then activate the skill to perform the step over. Neymar's off the field antics can certainly rile people up the wrong way, but he also doesn't help himself with his on the pitch theatrics, such as his diving. To perform the dive, hold left bumper, left trigger, and click L3 and R3 simultaneously. Be warned though that the success rate for the dive is very low, and here I actually got him sent off with his second yellow. Neymar is absolutely lethal from free kicks, and whenever he scores a goal you can click the right analog stick down, so press R3 and he will strip off, but you will take a yellow card. If you've already got a yellow card, this option won't be available, so it will prevent you from getting a second yellow and getting Neymar sent off. Neymar is so unbelievably talented and skilled, and using his skills in the final third will definitely cause opposition teams a lot of headaches, and that's precisely how you need to use him. Be unpredictable, be daring, and just simply cause chaos by pulling rabbits out of the hat with Neymar's magic. That's all from me, ladies and gents. Thanks for watching, take care and goodbye.